What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. I hope you all are doing well. Hope you're alive. Hope you are still paying your taxes. Pay your taxes, people, okay? Unless you don't make any money, in which case, don't pay your taxes. But in any case, I am here. I am alive, and I have an idea for a new type of video. So we're going to see what you think if you end up watching this type of video. But what I am going to do for this type of video, just a quick idea just to see if it kind of works. Maybe it won't, who knows, but putting myself out there. The idea is going to be asking the tarot cards, asking spirit, and asking my higher self, however you want to interpret it, about questions, advice for questions that plague our life. So today, to give you an example, today's question is going to be, how should we be viewing time? As an individual, how should we look at the concept of time? Okay, now we're going to pull maybe one or two cards just to get an idea. I tried this earlier with just some random questions with similar nature, and I got some cards that made a lot of sense, and then I can interpret them, and it would just be kind of cool. I'll see if it's if I maybe I could do these. It'd be very short, other than the explanation, which is taking up some of your time right now. Usually, maybe this type of video might be around 4 or 5 minutes, just kind of like a daily short kind of thing. Might be kind of cool, but we'll see. So let's get going with this question. But don't worry, I'll be doing the astrology readings for second half of June. Once I get back in the rhythm of things, I had to pull myself out of a rut, so to speak, and I did so, and so I'm getting back into the swing of things. So let's get started here. So dear Spirit, what is going on with this question? So how should the collective be viewing the concept of time? What message do you have for them in this question? How should we all be viewing the concept of time? Let's see what question is coming out. So we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords, when it comes to the concept of time, talks about being confident, talks about making decisions, talks about having complete control over your mental ability. So this implies that with confidence, with decision making, with a belief in your own power of mind, this is mirroring a lot of what Eckhart Tolle talks about, which is that when you're living in the present, when you live in the present moment, you have a lot more confidence. There's a lot more power, right? This, of course, the book is called The Power of Now, and this is exactly what this is talking about, because the King of Swords would be interpreted as somebody who is finally ready to make a decision about his life. Okay, when you follow tarot and you go through the sort of court cards, you start with the Page of Swords, you go into the Knight of Swords, and into the Queen, and then the King. So the King has, in this case, mastered his ability to think. So when it comes to the concept of time, you are now mastering your ability to make decisions, and you can only make decisions, you can only have confidence when you're living in this present moment. Otherwise, it doesn't make too much sense, right? If you've ever danced fully, right, like danced, you've let go, it doesn't matter who's watching, maybe you did it in front of other people, maybe it was just on your own, but if you've ever danced fully and freely, you will have felt your power, and you will have felt the energy of that decision, that freeingness, right? It's almost like you're free of any worries, you're free of doubt, you're free of anxiety, you're free of the past, you're free of the future. You're living in the moment, and because of that, you might even notice an absence of thoughts, right? And that's essentially what the King of Swords is coming through here to say. It's because with this complete clarity of knowledge, to understand one's own decisions, one's own mental power, means to forget about the doubts, forget about the past, forget about the future, move forward with confidence. So the message here today is, for you guys, is if you want to view time in the correct way, right? The message is to own your confidence, believe in your ability, and sort of your prowess, your mental prowess. Believe in yourself, believe in your ability to make decisions, which can only be done in the present moment. So living more fully in the present moment, believing in your decisions, understanding that your actions have consequences, believing that your ability to think, that your ability to make judgments, to make decisions, to be confident within the things that you make, leads towards your power. So specifically when it comes to looking at time, we don't want to look at it from a place of worry or doubt, right? Because we so often worry about decisions that we are making, or that we should be making, or that we can make, but it's almost impossible to make them because there's an overthinking, right? And making decisions has to do with time. How do we use our time valuably, right? How do we make the best use of our time, right? And making the best use of our time here, this concept of time, is to put down the worries and the doubts and to believe in yourself. Be this King of Swords type of energy. That is how we should be viewing time, because otherwise, anytime I try to make decisions, I'm micromanaging myself, planning ahead, making all these goals. And it's not to say that some of that isn't warranted or necessary, but it does end up causing a lot of stress and anxiety, worrying about tomorrow. So worrying about today, putting your focus into your own energy and detaching from any worrying or doubtful thoughts about your own self. Stop overthinking. The best way to view the concept of time, especially as we gear towards more ascended energies, especially as we become more mature ourselves, we start opening up our perspectives to things. So open up your perspective, raise your consciousness, make use of your time by putting down your worries, live in the present moment. And if you want full confidence of your own ability, your own mental ability, then believe in yourself, believe in that moment. Because like I said, when you're in that moment just dancing, you're in an absence of thought. There's no thoughts, there's no worries about the future or yesterday. None of that's going on. It's just you, and it is just your power. Okay, so maybe this video was helpful. Let me know, because this is just a new kind of thing I just had an idea for. I'm just gonna ask questions like this maybe every day, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, but just ideas, questions, things of maybe esoteric, philosophical, or spiritual nature, and we'll see what tarot has to say about those questions. Okay, so maybe today's video was a little bit rough. I apologize for that, because I haven't done this before. It's completely brand new, but please let me know your feedback, and in the future I think these videos will be even shorter. All right guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.